Hello, citizens. Looks like we have some tea to serve this morning in the form of drama on Spectrum of all places. Who would have thought things like this happen on the Spectrum forums? But they do. And I am talking about recent drama. Unfortunately, I am 2 days or 3 days late because all the good stuff, or the bad stuff, has been deleted and lots of individuals have been banned. But I'll try my best to bring you up to speed on what happened. So we have Stuart GT saying, hey, CIG, please can we have rainbow-like paint jobs for ships in the game? Thanks. So, I mean, having a rainbow paint job on its own, all right, but that is not a rainbow paint job on the Hercules over there. That is a trans flag. And clearly the individual saying, can we have flags representing the LGBT community to show your acceptance or to show pride in that? Now, we know where CIG stands on the topic already. They don't need to prove it to anyone anymore. We know they're supportive during Pride Week. They changed the logo. They're supportive of BLM. We know where they stand. But do we need these paint jobs in the game? So at the risk of throwing out an unpopular opinion, because all the stuff was deleted there, I say absolutely not. Absolutely no. Reason being that if you're in any kind of role-playing in this game, and there's a very big RPG element to Star Citizen, will your sexual preferences be an issue 900 years in the future? Ridiculous. No, nobody cares. Now, I don't write the lore for the game. Maybe the lore guys can pitch in if you agree with me or not. But in this game, in the future, will there be an issue with your sexual identity to the point where you need to be support, you have to show support, you have to be an ally? I say no. No, absolutely not. Nobody cares. It's as important as, do you like Coke or Pepsi? Well, if you like Pepsi, something's wrong with you. But do you like Coke or Pepsi? Nobody cares your preferences anymore about Coke or Pepsi. Same thing with this in the future. Nobody cares what your sexual preferences are. Do you need to be represented, or do you have to show support in some? Now, it's always cool to see someone flying with something. Actually, let me take that back. I think it's cool. Now, I've lived in many different countries, South Africa, Canada, North Carolina, also a country, in the States. And it's cool when I lived in North Carolina to see a license plate from Ontario as they drive down from Toronto to Florida for the winter. You see an Ontario plate. You're like, hey, cool, that guy's from Ontario. Why is it cool? Well, you know that they come from a place where you've been. You know they've driven down traffic on the DVP and stuck in traffic for 3 hours trying to get downtown. You know they've been snowed in a couple of times. They've had shared experiences. And when you see that guy on the road and you go, hey, Ontario, and he looks back, he knows you know, and you know he knows. And there's a lot of comfort in that. It's cool, right? And much the same way, well, I can't speak on behalf of the gay community, but if you'd like to chime up, I'm sure it does feel very cool that if you are part of the LGBT community and you've had hardships and you drive past another car that has a pride flag on it, you know they're an ally, they're supportive, or they're part of it, and you see each other, eye contact is made, and you both know you've come from the same place. I get it. And so if you have a pride flag on your ship and you fly past another guy with a pride flag, it's like, yo, yeah, I know where you come from. We kind of connect. I like that connection, but I don't believe it has a place in Star Citizen. And CIG was right in locking this down as soon as possible. And I understand a lot of people got banned. So that's unfortunate. Isn't it unfortunate? I take it back. It's not unfortunate. If people got banned from this, odds are there would have been bigoted and haters that would have come out the woodwork eventually anyway. So the positive thing to take from this thread, which got locked down and got a lot of people banned, was people who came out with hateful, bigoted comments got banned, and it would have happened anyway, eventually, in my opinion. But let's read the Xylos comment here. Hi, everyone. After monitoring the discussion and seeing some of the hateful replies, we're going to take the opportunity to make our stance very clear. You don't have to make your stance. We know what it is, but repeat it for us again. There's zero tolerance for homophobia, transphobia, racism, and bigotry of any kind on this platform and in the game, which is refreshing because I'm sure you play many games, as do I, where there is a lot of it. There's a lot of racism, there is bigotry, and there's definitely homophobia. But things are changing. Over the last 10 years, especially the last 10 years, things have changed a lot. There was a time where if you got into any kind of game with a lobby, you were just expecting to hear a certain amount of hate speech. It doesn't matter what you were. There was always going to be some of it because there were just zero repercussions for what people said. I think the internet was also very young. The internet is also growing and evolving, and this kind of thing just doesn't fly anymore. CIG being very proactive on that. Star Citizen provides a universe for all to enjoy, and if you threaten that inclusivity, you will find yourself removed. We are grateful to have such a diverse and global community, and will always strive to provide safety and inclusion. Absolutely. So, yeah, a couple of people got banned. And the surprising thing to me is Stuart GT, whose name I recognize, and he's someone who's been around for some time, just to confirm, that is you, Stuart. And yes, from the Kickstarter, he's been here since 2012. And being here since 2012 means Stuart saw what happened with the goons. And I'm sure this wasn't his intention to kick this off. But quick story there. I think this is a fascinating story for another video. There was a group in the beginning when this game launched called the Goons. And it went down, spiraled down to a very bad place. But there was a lady goon who started a thread saying, I'm starting an org. I'm starting an org for ladies only. Now, there are a number of ladies in the game saying, yes, that's cool. I want to be part of this. I want to be part of this lady org because I get harassed by guys. It happens. We've seen it ourselves. A lot of ladies get harassed by men in games. Ladies said, let's have an org, which is a safe space for us. What a great idea. But then the arguing began, because if you're doing that, can you have a men-only org? Take it a step further. Can you have it based upon race? Should there be a blacks-only org? If you're black and you're in gaming, you got called a lot of names. You got called a lot of names, right? You should have a space which is safe, a blacks-only org, right? That's where it starts getting hairy. Now, should you have an org based upon religion? I feel my people have been attacked by Kanye very recently. I would like to have a ship that shows my religion, that you will show support for it if you stand with me. It doesn't lead anywhere good, because maybe your political affiliation should be a paint job on your ship also. The thing is, especially over the last 6 to 8 years, there's been a lot of divisiveness, and we as gamers, especially in the gaming communities, have an opportunity to this is going to play some music in the background. We have an opportunity to come together on common ground. And the less divisive we are in gaming, the better it is to bring us all together. There are people I hang out with daily in my Discord. We differ 100%. We have completely opposing political views. There's no ways we would be hanging out in any other place, but we come together to play a game because this is something which we agree upon. And once you can agree upon one thing, that thing is the Star Citizen taking forever. Once you can agree upon that, you can build upon that and understand each other better. And I feel divisiveness by creating flags representing your sexual identity, a religion, a political affiliation, a country, should not belong in the game. They should not have any place in the game. I'll take it a step further, and I don't know if someone brought this up, but the helmets, the Van Duel and the Bear helmets, here with the Van Duel helmets, the Stock Kitten, I guess that's a topic also. I like the Van Duel helmets, which you can get right now. I think they're cool. I think it's a nice thing to keep. But you know what? If you're running a bunker mission, or you're very into some RPG and a guy comes running by wearing a Van Duel helmet, not that it pulls you out of your special immersion, but there are some things like the Bear helmets, I don't believe they have a place in the game. I think it's cool to have, but I don't want to see Star Citizen turn into Fortnite. Now, the Star Kitten thing, I think that's pretty rare. I've seen a handful, but I don't want to see 890 jumps with Star Kitten paint flying around. 1 or 2, maybe, because in real life, you do see hideous paint jobs every now and then, but I don't want to see a lot of them because I feel it takes away from what I want in this game, which is a bit of seriousness. So, in this regard, I don't feel paint jobs depicting a sexual identity or showing support for something, showing support for a political belief, showing support for a country, or showing support for your sexual preferences should not be in the game. That is my opinion. I hope it's not the unpopular opinion. But let me know. What do you think? Post your comments below. If you like my content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. I'll catch you in the next one.